Hello everybody, what's going on? My name is Joseph. I'm going to be your low budget host of the day, and today is election day, so please remember to go out and vote. Please go out and vote. The polls are open until 7. They'll be open long enough for you to go vote even after you get off work, so please do so. Today I'm just going to talk about some election stuff that I found a little strange. These are all election latest stuff from Bloomberg, so let's just get straight into this channel. Please, straight into this video. Please remember to like, share, subscribe to this channel. Let's just get into this. So the first story, 2 Georgia precincts to remain open late. So with this one, basically, there's 2 precincts in Cobb County. They're going to be open past 7 o'clock Eastern time. So one's going to be open until 7:45. The other one's going to be open until 7:06. And also, the fun part of this, on Monday, in the same county, another Superior Court judge ordered as many as 1,000 absentee ballots that had been requested but never sent out to be sent by overnight mail. Any eligible voter who hasn't received an absentee ballot may and hadn't voted may still do so Tuesday. So we've already got that one. We've also got the mail-in ballot thing starting up as well. So this should be a very spicy election. We've got a cyber attack in Illinois. This was reported at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. An Illinois county clerk describes the cyber attack against its computer systems as a strategic and coordinated effort to undermine the democratic process. We have the same exact thing going on in Houston. Houston, plagued by voting machine outages. Voting machine outages across Harris County, Texas, caused long lines and delays in the country's third largest county. The county's top election official, Clifford Tatum, didn't disclose how widespread the outages were or how many had been rectified. Come on, dude. Disclose the location so people can know where to go to vote, or even better, how about you be prepared and have extra ballots? The same goes for the Illinois county as well. For Champaign County, you guys should have had ballots in advance, especially since Champaign County actually had apparently had been having a history of having some cyber attacks going months in advance. So again, that's a little suspicious if you ask me. It's kind of weird, but the solution to both of those is to have paper ballots prepared and have the paper ballots prepared whether or not you're having issues. I think that should go for pretty much every county in the country. I know it's long, I know it's tedious. It's better than a poke in the eye, and it's better than having hacks and stuff that could be misconstrued as something else entirely. So I think about that. And another interesting story that I came across, Michigan Governor Laud's turnout driven by abortion measure. Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer, the Democratic incumbent running against Trump-endorsed challenger Tudor Dixon, said she was buoyed by strong turnout that she said was spurred by a referendum that could codify legal abortion in the state's constitution. See what she has to say about this. I do think that's the best way to codify these rights that we've had for 49 years, Whitmer said. There's a lot of misinformation out there trying to scare people that it goes beyond that. It doesn't. Sorry, let me restart that whole thing. I totally messed that up. There's a lot of misinformation out there trying to scare people that it goes beyond it. It doesn't. The same restrictions about parental consent will be in effect, but we have to enshrine this into the Constitution. So, my big issue with that is these people on the left are reacting to the Supreme Court decision like they had their rights stripped away. They did not. Actually, if anything else, it kind of helped enhance some of their rights. As we're seeing a lot of states that are doubling down and or going hardcore into letting abortion happen all the way up into even post-birth. And if I'm going to repeat a joke that's said by Ben Shapiro, are they going to allow abortions all the way up until you're 70 years old? Like you abort your 70-year-old kid? Not that people are going to live that long in the future, but I'm just saying, these people, their excuses aren't that great for defending it either. But anyways, that's a whole nother argument entirely. But these people are acting like the Supreme Court took away the right to have an abortion. They did not. They made it possible for your state to make the decision. And they made it possible for states like my state to be able to limit the amount of abortions that happen in our state. Our state didn't outright ban it. We're not Oklahoma. We're not Mississippi. People are acting like it, but I'm pretty sure Oklahoma has a much stricter abortion rule than we do. We still allow it, technically. Just, we made it extremely difficult and not worth your time, is what we did. So, at least that's what the state of Texas did. So, anyways, going forward with more stories, we've got Georgia voting is nearing records. So, about 2 million voters are expected to cast their ballots on Tuesday. That's in addition to more than 2.28 million voters who've already voted across the state, a new high for early voting in midterm elections, according to the Georgia Secretary of State's office. Yeah, that's really good. And Georgia's elections are very interesting because you got Stacey Abrams versus whoever the Republican is that's facing her, and then you've got the Warnock versus Herschel Walker election, which my predictions with that is Abrams is going to lose bad. She's going to complain like she usually does. She's going to complain that there was fraud and stuff because she has said that before, and if YouTube flags me on that, then go look at videos. They're very easy to find. Herschel Walker, I think, is also going to win. He may win by a very slim margin, but I think he will win. He is very popular right now, and he has the advantage of being a former football player. He has an advantage of being an NFL player. He also has the advantage of being likable. I know they have attempted to smear him a bunch of times. I don't think the smears are credible. If they are credible, then okay, joke's on me, but I don't think they're credible just because there's not really a lot of evidence for it. But anyway, so let's go to another story. We've got bomb threat closes a Louisiana polling place in, this was reported at 1:25 p.m. A school that was being used as a polling location received a bomb threat in Kenner, Louisiana, according to the Kenner Police Department, forcing voters to move to a new location. According to local news reports, the building was evacuated and voting was set up in a nearby elementary school. Police are investigating and trying to determine whether Tuesday's threat was directed at voting or if it is related to another threat made at the school last week. We have a lot of... There is tension. I mean, this election, the way it's going to go afterwards, I don't know what's going to happen. I have a bad feeling that if Republicans win in full force, which they will, hopefully, if they don't, then we have something wrong with their voter base, which I do believe we do have something deeply wrong with our voter base if they're not this galvanized, what they not as galvanized as they should be. But anyways, if the Republicans do win with the great red wave that people are predicting right now, the left is not going to react well to it. There will be a lot of leftists who will have meltdowns. Some leftists may get violent. Some leftists might just straight up kill people. They've already done it a bunch of times. I mean, in 2020, during the riots and stuff, you had there's a leftist in Portland who hunted down a Trump supporter, killed him just on the street. It was an Antifa guy, I think, or something like that. He was with the protesters. I'm not sure if he was actually part of Antifa, but he was definitely with the protesters. So these people have killed right-wingers before. And right-wingers are also, there are some really, really extreme right-wingers who have killed others before. It's not unusual. However, it is highly unusual that we are this tense going into an election. That's why this election is very important. It's going to determine how many rights you guys are that we're all going to have in the future. That's what this election is going to determine, and where our country is going to go. So, another one that we've got Florida turns away federal election monitors. Sorry, this is at 12:20. The Republican-led state of Florida has rejected the Department of Justice efforts to send election monitors to 3 polling jurisdictions in the state, calling it an unnecessary federal intrusion. I'm with them on that one. Florida joins Missouri in rejecting DOJ personnel. Oh yeah, definitely. Reject them. Please, for the love of God. Department of Justice right now is probably one of the most corrupt institutions our federal government has, or at least it is right now, due to its leadership. And I do not blame them for rejecting these guys. Thank you, Florida and Missouri, for standing up against the federal government. Last two stories, I should say. So here we go. Technical issues hit Arizona's biggest county. Oh, lovely. Maricopa County. I gotta love this. In Arizona's Maricopa County, election officials have flagged issues with tabulators in about 20% of polling locations. If the tabulator doesn't read a ballot, voters can insert their ballot in the secure slot on the ballot box where it will be counted at the tabulation election center, the county elections office said in a statement. Those ballots will be centrally tabulated later this evening, officials said. Similar to how the county handles early voting, but without the need to further confirm identification because ballots dropped at polling places today are already effectively signature verified, officials said. Those places need to be watched like a hawk, if you ask me. But technical staff are working to resolve an issue with tabulators and investigating the cause. Oh, how convenient that tabulators, of all things, are getting hacked into. Again, why are there so many hacks going on today? Here's another one. Voting machines fail in New Jersey County. All voting machines in Mercer County, New Jersey were inoperable as of 7:47 a.m. Eastern Time, according to a community alert post on the Nixle Public Safety website from Gay Huber, West Windsor Township Clerk. Tom Szymanski, it's Polish, I don't know how to say it, Executive Director of the New Jersey Republican State Committee, said voters could expect to insert paper ballots into the machines. Ballots that enter the machines unscanned will be preserved through a chain of custody and counted at the Board of Elections at a later time. Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. Do paper elections. Even if it is New Jersey, which I'm not a fan of New Jersey as a state, they're corrupt, but that's what I'm talking about. If you know you have issues with hacking, or if you're having technical issues, at least have paper ballots ready. So overall, what do I think about this election? I think this election is going to be very similar to what happened in 2020. You're going to have a lot of red, but you're also going to have a lot of suspicious activity. So I'm not going to say anything on the 2020 election because YouTube is very angry if you do that. So, but it's highly suspicious. There's a lot of hacking and a lot of voting machines and a lot of counties that are experiencing issues. And to those counties and to every county in the state of the country, please, for the love of God, if you know you're going to have issues with your electronic voting machines, or even if you don't know, prepare by having paper ballots that have everything on it. Go back to pencils and stuff, literally. So anyways, I feel like this is an issue that could be solved pretty easily. But anyways, hope you guys are having a good rest of your day. Please remember to, again, like, share, subscribe to this channel, and thank you for watching. Bye.